Alright guys, welcome back to that crypto channel. As you can see, we've had quite a significant bounce in the market. Sort of how I expected it to play out. Looks like we bounced off of around, 58, 50 or so. So, I won't say I told you so, because I still don't know this to be the true bottom of the market. However, in my opinion, it is looking that way. This is some very strong bullish action that we've been waiting for quite a while. The ride from $20,000 to $5,800 was a pretty rough one for most of us, especially the ones that hodled through it all the way, such as myself. So this is definitely a very nice change in price action to see. I would say that we will more than likely trade sideways and continue to trade sideways, possibly dip down further. However, I personally don't see the market going down lower than, I'll just say, maybe 7,000. If it breaks 7,000 and it continues down to 68 or 67 or maybe even 6,500, I would say that you should have your buy orders ready at any moment's notice, because it could start the bull trend once again. I do personally believe this was the bottom, but again, this is not financial advice, just my opinion on the markets. This is more or less where I expected it to bounce off from. So I will stick by that and say that this is the market recovery, and the bulls are in charge, and will continue to take charge of this market for the next few weeks. At least that's what I'm hoping for, and many hodlers are also hoping for the same. So that's what's up with Bitcoin. Let's just look at the global charts real quick. So let's look at what happened this past. Let's just go back to 3-month view real quick. So as you can see, the market topped out around 829 billion. And we slumped down all the way to around $283 billion. So quite a significant pullback. However, in my opinion, it was more or less necessary for this correction to take place, simply because how fast the market rose. We were in an exponential climb for a very long time. We were climbing for about 2 months straight. And at one point, it literally did become parabolic. So it was anything but healthy, in my opinion. And I did expect this to happen at some point. I suppose I didn't expect it to drop as far as it did. Let's just analyze the 5-minute time frame real quick. And I wanted to make the point of how far we have come from the bottom. And if I can get this to work correctly, we should see that the market rose today 35%. Well, the Bitcoin chart rose 35% today. For me, that is the signal that the bears are out of the market, more or less, and the bulls are in charge finally. Now, you can see this in the sentiment of people on Twitter and Telegram. A lot of people who are claiming very low valuations for Bitcoin, such as $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for Bitcoin. You don't see those messages anymore. People have more or less stopped FUDing, and I know a few people who are waiting for it to go down to $5,500. But like I said in yesterday's video, normally when everybody is waiting for a single price to come through, usually it bounces off higher, because people will buy in higher, saying, well, that's close enough to where I expect it to be, so I'll just get in the market right now. And I personally I put in more fiat right around $5,900 yesterday. I actually was dollar cost averaging after it got below $6,000 or $6,500. I started dollar cost averaging in, and I put in a majority of the fiat that I did have down at 5,900, and as you could see, it did rise. Shortly after I bought into Bitcoin, I actually went ahead and went over to Binance. I actually traded my Bitcoin for Ethereum, and then I sent that Ethereum over to Coinbase, and I purchased some Icon at 4,000 Satoshis. And I sold earlier today right around 6,000. So I'm very, very happy with how that played out as well, because that increased my position in Bitcoin yet again. So that was a fun trade to make. And it was very, very easy to make that trade because of how far Icon had dropped. Looking at CoinMarketCap yesterday, Icon had dropped, I believe it was something like 72% for the week. And it was the most loss for a top 20 crypto on CoinMarketCap. And I do really like Icon, so for me it was a no-brainer. Just went ahead and pulled the trigger at 4,000 Satoshis and rode that all the way up to 6,000. So these are the kinds of trades that you guys, should more or less be looking to make when the market starts rebounding like this, because alts always will rebound harder than Bitcoin, because the alts rebound on the crypto to Bitcoin pairing. So for it to go up in valuation, it has to go up against Bitcoin, not just the US dollar amount. So you could think of it as a rise on a rise, but then it can catch you, and it can produce a fall on a fall when Bitcoin consolidates. So that's why altcoins are the biggest movers, is because it's either a rise on a rise or a fall on a fall. Referring to cryptocurrencies trading with, a trading pair with Bitcoin. That's more or less how it always works. So, just some of my thoughts. I do think that was the bottom. However, we could see another dip. So I would have my buy orders ready to buy the dip. I don't think that it will necessarily hold above 7,500. I am anticipating that we might have a drop below that, and like I said, have your buy orders ready, because as the way the market's looking right now, it's looking pretty bullish, especially because the SEC talking about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin to Congress today. The sentiment there was also very bullish as well. So that's just another item of good news. It's to sort of be the catalyst for us to catapult out of this bear market and to go into a bull trend. So please let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please let me know if you think I was right calling the bottom at the high $5,000 mark. And please consider subscribing. It will really help me out, and give me a thumbs up if you thought this video was cool. Really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you, and have a fantastic day.